This is part of the 5.1 video series for Designing for Production. You'll find most of the items that we're working on through this video series on the PLTW LMS. Today, however, we'll just be using a blank file. What we're going to be looking at is really the basic functionality of the user interface for Inventor. We'll be looking at things like the application menu, the graphics window, the ribbon, and the browser. Okay, so I'm just going to point these out here real quick so we just have a general idea where they're at. We've got the application menu, which contains common commands for creating, saving, and printing. Quick access toolbar, providing quick access to frequently used commands. The ribbon, and this is really where we'll be doing a lot of our work, and the ribbon tabs. The ribbon tabs are really just part of the ribbon in my view and in the way I use it. So we'll really just be looking at the ribbon and how to use it. And then, of course, the graphics window is where we will be doing all of our work. In the next session, we'll focus on the view cube and the navigation bar. So we're going to open Inventor and open a brand new file. When you open it, it'll look a little different than this, but I'm going to start from the beginning here and go new so you can kind of see the startup window. In fact, let me go all the way back so you can see it from the beginning so nobody is confused by that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Start and open up Inventor. And this is the Start menu you should be seeing. You will see recent files down here, and this is very helpful when you're working on a couple of different parts. It definitely helps with workflow. So be aware recent files are here. There's a lot of other useful information here, including learning items, tutorials, etc. We're going to start with a new file, and we're looking at building a part file, and you'll see the part files up top here. We'll be working in assembly files and drawing and presentation files in the near future. Today we'll focus on this part file. So we're going to open a basic part file, really just using it as context for looking at the interface. I'm going to make something very simple here just so we have something to work with by sketching a two-dimensional rectangle. Okay, I'm going to make this a three-dimensional item by extruding it. Okay, and we'll start. So let's take a look at some of the items here in the interface. First thing you're going to want to do is use your mouse for certain items. Your mouse works really well for panning, which is like moving something across the interface here. And if you depress your mouse button, you'll see that icon, that little hand icon I have out there right now. It's giving me the ability to move things and center them. By rolling, I can zoom in and out. So that middle roller feature is really useful in this program. Okay, so let's just start up top here, look at the application menu, and when we hit start there, you'll see all of your basic commands for saving, printing, and so we'll be doing a lot of saving, so be aware, save as right here, and you'll want to save often, and you'll make sure that when you're in a VDI lab situation at school that you're saving it on the cloud so that you have a copy of what you're working on. Okay, so there's your app menu. Quick access toolbars up here. You'll become more familiar with this the more you use it. There are like simple, for example, coloration tools here. I can use this to color surfaces. I can sample colors and color surfaces if I would like. Okay, we have a lot of other items here. This is the ribbon right here, and the ribbon can be minimized accidentally and very easily. So be aware if you're looking at a menu, or excuse me, a ribbon that looks like this. It's just that you need to expand it, and the expansion key is right here. Okay, so there's your ribbon, and we'll be using a lot of these tools. These tools will change when we go into sketch mode. You can see that. Let me get out of this here. Whenever you see one of these menus, by the way, you can always X out of it or accept, and I'm just going to accept these changes that I've made. I'm going to right-click on this surface and go New Sketch so you can see how the ribbon changes. And now we have different tools in the ribbon. So just be aware that when you're in sketch mode, you're going to have these shape tools, you're going to have constraint tools, patterning, modification tools, and layout tools. when you hover over any tool, it does tell you a little bit more about the tool, and will give you an animated illustration. This is a great way to learn more about Inventor. You'll also notice that for some of these tools, you'll have a tool shortcut. I'm going to try to point to that. Hopefully this doesn't disappear when I go there. It did disappear. But if you notice right here at the top next to the title of the tool, you'll see a shortcut key. It says F. So by pressing F when you're working, you can quickly pull up that tool. You'll see shortcuts in a lot of different tools. Like for the circle here, it's C. In some cases, you'll have to press Control, Alt, and a letter. So be aware of those shortcuts. They can make workflow go faster. Okay, I'm going to finish this sketch. And so this is your ribbon. We'll be working in that quite a bit here. Your graphics window is simply where you're doing your work, and so right now this is what I've got going on. I can move this around. We'll be looking at how to use this cube more, but just for a quick reference, you can see that I can tap on any one of these surfaces and it'll take me to that view. There's an orthographic view. If I tap on a corner, it puts it into isometric view. Okay, so this view cube becomes a very, very handy tool for working on models. Finally, over here we have our browser window, and our browser window tells us everything about what we've done to this model. We can go back into things. For example, there's that extrusion that I did. I took my two-dimensional rectangle and I extruded it into a rectangular prism. Well, I can edit that extrusion by right-clicking on it, and it gives me a lot of options, but some of the more important ones are Edit Feature or Edit Sketch. Okay, so I can always go back and do edits deeper into the work here. And we do have expansion files here also. You can see those. Okay. That is 5.1, number 1 video in the lesson series. Let me know if you have any questions.